What is happening, Magnus sites? This video is number 5 on trending. It's definitely gaining traction. So this brother is having an issue. I believe I've seen him from time to time. Huge. His channel's huge. I would love for him to give me some tips on how he got that big. Wow. But I would like to see what he is talking about here and what happened. Who knows, maybe I can help with the situation. Let's see here. And
I'm going to try my best to articulate this video as thoroughly, as plainly, as eloquently as possible. I don't want there to be any lost context. I don't want to just look like I'm coming out of nowhere having a temper tantrum because these things are happening. The allegations I am levying towards YouTube are extremely serious, and I'm taking this video extremely seriously. YouTube, you guys either play favorites, you are racist, or it's a mix of the two. These are the 3 options, YouTube. Which one is it? Here's my proof. I've been doing YouTube a long time, okay? I never want to be that guy, oh, it's because I'm black. Oh, these issues are happening because I'm black. There have been certain situations that I looked at kind of funny. I said, it could be because of that, but nah, I ain't gonna, I'm not trying to press that. I don't want to build that narrative around my YouTube channel. This time, I can no longer let it slide. This is the situation. August 18th, I uploaded The Mortuary Assistant. Okay. A lot of you would know it got age restricted because the following video I did, I let you guys know it got age restricted. YouTube didn't tell me why. I saw that all these other YouTubers were playing The Mortuary Assistant and only my video seemed to be age restricted. And I looked for like an hour, 2 hours. I was scrolling all different types of people's video. No one else's was age restricted.
I've been through that myself. Okay? That one is like, it's like, what the hell is going on? Now listen, with me, I've had videos that were age restricted, and when I went to check other people, black people and white people didn't have the problem that I had. None of them were age restricted, but I was age restricted. If I think I know where he might be going with this, I actually think I might know exactly the issue. Hold on a second. See what else he's got to say.
So I appealed the restriction. Hey guys, I'm not sure why mine got age restricted. Could you look into this? Appeal rejected. They doubled down. The policy team said, no, Corey, your video is restricted.
I have had that too. I have had that problem too. When you appeal it and they send it back, bam, rejected. That's a separate issue that I've run into. So there's 2 separate issues right now that I think I know what's going on. And as you can see, here's the interesting thing about this. Look how massive his channel is. Even he's not immune to it. But I think I might know how to help him. I have to get in contact with him after this. Hold on. Let me see here.
For good reason. We're not going to tell you why, but it's restricted. That's our final decision. I said, okay. Yeah. I get with my YouTube rep. I send him an email. Hey, why. You look at this. This is some weird stuff going on. Only my video got age restricted. My YouTube rep, who isn't on the policy team, he looked at my video and he said, hey, it could possibly be this part at the end where the woman was battling some depression, and I'm just going to leave it there, lest this video also get age restricted just because I'm talking about it. So I looked at that part. The first thing I did was try to find other YouTubers who had that part, or at least a part similar. Now, Markiplier, I don't know if you'll ever see this, but I just want you to know I have a lot of respect for you, and I didn't mean to drag you into the middle of this. Your channel just happens to be a great...
I tell you this, it don't matter. It don't matter. Like, for example, I had a situation where, okay, so I know a YouTuber that got a strike for reacting to the Jackass trailer. How can you get a strike for reacting to the Jackass trailer when the Jackass trailer is on YouTube everywhere? Put out by whatever studio puts it out. It was even on Steve-O's YouTube. So I had to help somebody get that rectified. And then they fixed it. But it was one of those things where it was like, whoever reviewed this must have been new, because it's all over YouTube. Like, this is an official trailer. This is a major official trailer for a movie. So, you can get in the strike, I think they do tell you. No, they don't. They'll tell you for what it was, but not where it was in the video. So, it's dangerous, harmful, dangerous acts type of community guidelines strike. And I was like, no way. There's no way you should have a strike for this. So, yeah. I'm thinking I can help him. I'm serious. I've ran into a few people on YouTube. I think I might be able to help him out. Let me see something.
Great reference point, because A, you're a really big YouTuber, and B, you're not black. So I can look at your channel, and then I can look at my channel or look at anyone else's channel and make sure that the things and the games that you play, that they're enforcing the rules equally to everybody. So I go to Markiplier's Mortuary Assistant Part 3, and he had the same situation going on, and his video wasn't age restricted. So I sent a video to my YouTube rep. I say, hey, Markiplier has this situation in his video, but his isn't age restricted. Could you send that to the policy team and see what they say about that? He said, wow, Corey, that's some astute detective work. Let me send this to them and see what they say. What do you think happened after that? I'll give you a second.
Oh, I know.
They came back and they removed my age restriction. They took it off after they already rejected my appeal. I sent them the clip of Markiplier's video that has the same thing, and they removed it. Now my YouTube rep,
I swear I know what's going on. I swear I know what it is. I swear I know what it is. And I'm going to get in contact with him. I swear I know what it is.
he was excited. He was, oh great, this is awesome. Look, Corey, they took the age restriction off. I said, why? I expected them to triple down and give Markiplier an age restriction too. But they looked at Mark's video and they used that to verify my innocence. So I send my YouTube rep a lengthy email detailing my feelings about the entire situation, feeling like there was some favoritism at play, there was either that or some racism at play, and that I would like to sit down with the policy team and figure out why my video was flagged in the first place. Actually, number one, was it automated or was it a human that age restricted it in the first place? Number two, who was the human reviewer? Because it's a human reviewer once you submit an appeal. Who was the human reviewer that doubled down and rejected my appeal? Number three, why did it take Markiplier's clip in order for them to reverse the decision? My YouTube rep gets back with me. He wants to hop on a call. We get on the phone for about 10-15 minutes, and I tell him, I've been feeling like this for a long time. I've been feeling like every single time that I come back to YouTube, I'm number one trending for a few days, and then they find some arbitrary issue. They nitpick and they try and find something that they can incriminate me for and try to push me down. You don't believe me? What happened the last time I came back and I was number one trending for like a week? They copyright struck me for a video that was in 2019 or something like that. Why don't these issues ever crop up when I'm not uploading? I mean, I'm not...
Well, I'll tell you this. The copyright strike doesn't come from YouTube. The copyright strike comes from the company that issued the copyright strike. So, I've had issues like that where all of a sudden I'll get a copyright claim or strike, and I'll be like, what the hell for? You know what I mean? Because I made a lot of mistakes when I was a younger YouTuber. So you start thinking what you think to yourself immediately is, what the hell did I upload that got a copyright strike? And I'm looking at the video and I'm like, I don't remember doing this video. I'm like, oh shit, I'm in my old apartment here. That stuff happens. That's not YouTube issuing it. The way the copyright system works, it's not YouTube issuing it. It's someone else issuing it. Yeah, so there's that.
Not on YouTube like 9 months out of the year. Nothing ever happens until I come back and I start uploading again, and I'm getting my numbers, they're climbing, they're exploding, I'm #1 trending, and then they're like, hey, we need to stop him. We need to, this black man, he's getting too many views, he's getting too much exposure, too much activity. Hold that thought. Let's get back to the current situation. So my YouTube rep assures me he's going to continue this dialogue with the policy team and try to get some answers to those 3 questions that I had. So another day, another 2 days go by, and what do you know? They re-age restricted the video. They re-age.
I guarantee you, I know exactly what's going on. I guarantee you, I know. I need to get in touch with him because I've run into a few situations and I don't know how much I can say. That's why. But I think I know how I can get this rectified for him. I swear I do. I swear I do. So,
Restricted the video.
But I have to make sure it is what it is. That's why I can't really say. You got what I'm saying?
I say, no way did they do that. I go to Markiplier's video now, and now his video is age restricted.
Mm-hmm.
They got caught with their pants down. They got called out, and then they had to go back and say, oh, whoa, okay. We see the narrative that he's kind of pushing here. We need to take some steps back. We need to just age restrict them both and be done with it.
But my question would be, are all the other channels that he looked up, did all of theirs get age restricted too or not? I know a little bit about community guidelines. I know a little bit about it. Read the community guidelines on stuff. Read the community guidelines and understand what the wording means. Truly understand what the wording means. I'm telling you, you must truly understand what it means. Okay? I think I know what's going on here.
You thought that I wasn't gonna talk about this, make a video about it? You realize how bad this looks for you, YouTube. You realize how unfair this comes across. I, in all my years, have never seen a video get age restricted, de-age restricted, and then age restricted again. Have any of you ever seen that happen before? They saw that I saw that there was some unfair stuff going on, so then they tried to appease me by de-age restricting the video. I say, wait, why are you doing that? Because I sent Markiplier's clip. And then they say, oh, okay, well, let's just age restrict them both. Why is my channel so much more heavily scrutinized than my peers? My peers, and when I say peers, I mean people around my level, around my view count, just to keep it simple. Why is my channel so much more thoroughly scrutinized? Especially so when I've been #1 trending multiple days in a row, which I've done multiple times. And every single time I start to get an uptick in traction, an uptick in activity, here comes YouTube coming through. Hey, let's get him for that video from 2019. Yeah, you see this, Cory? No, this is bad. It wasn't bad the 9 months that I was off the platform. It was only bad when I got back and I was #1 trending. This situation was only bad because I've been #1 trending since I got back. Every other YouTuber has uploaded the mortuary assistant. And now they're about to start putting in some age restrictions because I called them out on some unfair behavior. Now I realize
I had a rep for my partner rep for, because that's what he's talking about, who he sent his stuff to. I had one that was very knowledgeable and was able to find out a lot of information for me about how YouTube works and certain things. And that's one of the reasons why I think I know what's going on. I don't think it's racism at this point. What I think it is a form of miscommunication of sorts. I need to have a confidential conversation with him. I think I can help him out.
That when you call someone a racist, that's a very, very serious accusation. Mm-hmm. And for that matter, how do you expressly prove that someone is a racist? I mean, unless they're spamming the N-word in the chat. How do you really know? And admittedly, I cannot 100% prove that race had everything to do with this. But I can tell you the people on that policy team, those shadow people that are anonymous and get to enact their will however they see fit. How can we be sure that they take a black person's video and a white person's video, and it can be the same exact video, and they restrict the black person's video but not the white person's video? I feel I've been mistreated for a long time. I mean, even when we hit 10 million.
I'll tell you this. I had situations where my videos aren't community guideline, don't have any community guidelines problems as far as age restriction or strikes and stuff like that. And I've had YouTubers contact me. Like, yo, why is your video still up? Yo, I just got community guidelines warning or strike, or I just got an age restriction on this. How come your video's fine? I've been in the trenches. I swear I can help him out. As a matter of fact, there's a particular YouTuber I won't name, but I'll say that she does similar videos to me. And she got a community guidelines strike and couldn't make videos for like a week. However, months before, when she did that video, because I watched the video that she did, I sent her a DM. I think it was like on Instagram. I sent her a DM and I said, hey, listen, you might want to remove any parts of videos that have stuff like this, that, and the third, because she was having problems with them. And it wasn't read. It was never read. I'm just like, well, she must get a lot of DMs. I mean, she is a female YouTuber, so who knows? You know what I mean? They get swamped with messages from guys. But me and her have chatted from time to time over the years. So when I was like, and I checked like weeks later, I'm like, she's still. I'm like, yo, I already know she's going to get a strike for this. She's going to get a strike. What do you know? One day I see her post on Twitter, hey guys, I got a community guidelines strike. I won't be posting for a week. And I'm like, and I go back to my DMs that I sent her, still not read. And I was like, listen, trust me on this. Master your knowledge. The first thing that can help you, master your knowledge of the community guidelines. Master your knowledge of the community guidelines. And know that YouTube is massive. YouTube is massive. And the number of channels versus the number of reps that look at certain videos, you know what I mean? They don't have enough. So what'll happen is a lot of times is you'll get the strike or the age restriction. Might be 2 or 3 years. The next person gets the age restriction. It could be a few days, few weeks, few months. They'll get it eventually. But or they may not for a particular reason that I need to discuss with him. But,
million subscribers, and I was supposed to get my diamond play button, and when there was no correspondence. These situations always coincide.
Yeah, I still ain't got my 100,000 subscribers for my gaming channel.
You can't let this black guy get too high up. I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm telling you, that's how it comes off. I don't see any...
I'll tell you this, I can totally understand why he thinks that. Because I was on my way to thinking that at one point. I was like, wait a minute, is it... Like, no, let me, before I jump, because it's like he said, I don't want to be that guy. But the more I found out, I was like, oh. And then the more YouTubers I talked to, I was like, it's different colors here, all with the same problem. And to tell you the truth, when you get that big, it was, to me, even now until I'm seeing this, I was like, you got to have a red phone. You know what I mean? When you get that big, you got to have a red phone to YouTube. Like, hey, listen. Yeah, let's get that fixed. Thanks, Chief. You know what I mean? He ain't got no red phone. I thought when you get that big, you got to have a red phone to the commissioner. You know what I'm saying? So, wow.
Any other YouTuber that gets #1 trending many times, and then all of a sudden they're getting age restricted and they're getting copyright strikes and all of that. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Point them out. I want to see them. I'll retract this entire video. I'll make a public apology to YouTube.
I just noticed that he flashed community guideline strikes as a correction to saying copyright. If he meant copyright earlier when I was talking about that, it's basically the same situation I just explained about how something that's old finally filters. Finally gets filtered by either their human team or their AI. And then all of a sudden, that's an issue. Especially with updated community guideline rules.
No problem. My dad taught me, if you make a mistake, be a man and address it and apologize. I will do that, no problem. But to me, you know what it comes off? It comes off whenever CoryxKenshin starts doing some crazy numbers or getting on trending too much. We got to find something. We got to get him for something. He's got to have done something. I mean, I bleep out cuss words in video games. Like, I literally... This is the YouTuber that you want.
You go that far, and you like, why am I still...
I believe there is some racism involved within the policy team. And YouTube in general really doesn't care about black people like that. They got their favorite creators. Log out of YouTube. Log out and go to YouTube. You'll see the people on the front page every single day. You'll see the favorites. Count how many are black. Count how many are of people of color. So then what does YouTube try and do? They try and peddle YouTube black. They try and give us a spotlight. Do you know how condescending and patronizing that is? Oh yeah, let's give a spotlight to these black creators because we're all about diversity. All this communicates is black people aren't good enough on their own skill, on their own merits, on their own talent. So we got to give them a spotlight. We got to come down and raise them up so they can get some spotlight action. Well, how about you save all that YouTube black, all that?
I don't think that that's true. That's true. I can see he's angry right now, but I definitely don't think that that's true. But let's keep going here.
That fake patronage, all that fake pandering that you guys do. And when you have a black creator coming to you repeatedly saying, why am I being treated differently than other creators? And then you come back and, we got to age restricted And then, oh no, we gotta, he's on to us. Okay, we gotta age restrict them both. Fake! It's fake! That's what it is. I am deeply sorry that this came off as a rant. You know, in the beginning, I wanted to keep my emotions out of it. I wanted to stay logical, stay on the things that I could prove. I gave you the facts, but it also turned into me venting the emotions that I've had built up around YouTube. Ironic that I have to upload this on YouTube, but where else am I going to upload it? You know, I worked hard. I built this community from the ground. It's taken me over a decade to do. And I would have just hoped that the playing field was fair and that, hey, if I did something bad, then everybody else who also did that thing should get punished too. Is that unreasonable? I have no problem being punished. I have no problem if I break a rule that I get punished for it and I learn. But when you start, like, when it's targeted, when you're doing things...
I can see why he's feeling targeted. Here's the interesting thing, and I thought about this, and literally was talking about this yesterday with somebody from another company that was reaching out to me for something. So they wanted me to be a part of their team for something, and we were talking about the racial thing as far as online performance and stuff like that. And we got to the point we were talking about where I brought this up because I remember seeing this in a documentary. And the thing is, we're the minority in the country, and people naturally gravitate to what is familiar to them. So, here's the thing. I brought up with how the creator of New Edition, which was a black singing group back in the 80s, right? Big, right? Their manager, their creator, whoever brought them together, said to himself, I saw this in a documentary on like VH1 or something back in the day. He basically said to himself, my God, if I could do this with a group of white men, this would be astronomical. And guess who else he founded? New Kids on the Block. And they were a phenomenon over here. And they were the phenomenon until NSYNC and Backstreet Boys came out. They were the white group phenomenon until then. So we would continue to talk, and I said, you know what's interesting? When reactions first exploded, and I told them, I was like, I didn't even know this. I was just like making the videos. But the fans would write me emails and talk about, you're part of the Big Four. You're part of the Big Four. And I'm like, well, what the hell is this Big Four? So it was me, the Real Rejects, Akasan, and Gator Martin. The majority of that group, what? Black, right? So the black people are spearheading this reaction trend, right? Jinx then issued a challenge and blew past all of us. His goal was to be all of us in subscribers, and he went on to do like he made sure he reacted to every request that he got. So everybody got what they were asking for. So he made a ton of videos, exploded, controversy. People hated reactions. People loved reactions. Just this whole thing. And guess what? After all that hoopla subsided, when the white people jumped on and started doing reactions, they were blowing past the black people. All of a sudden, I'm seeing all these channels with white people doing reactions, and they explode. They were bigger than all of us. Exactly. It's that whole thing. It could happen in any other country too. I could see it happening. You know, you go somewhere and say it's all Asian. You're the only black person doing it, and it becomes popular. The Asians catch on, Asians are eventually going to be bigger than you because you're in a country, majority Asians, where people like seeing familiarity. Reactions now, everybody does. Everybody does reactions. After all that controversy, everybody, almost everybody, and almost every major YouTuber does them. Let's continue. So, I don't know if it's racism other than that whole drawn to familiarity thing. You know, they talked about Elvis, right? Elvis took black folks' music, sang it. White folks is the majority in this country. Boom, now he's the king, right? Was he really the king? You know what I'm saying? It's
only because I'm like getting bigger, or I don't know how it always seems to coincide with that situation. But that's just what it is. Now, my YouTube channel...
That reminds me of Eminem, too. Eminem, too. Yeah, and Eminem's, he's good as fuck. He's in my top 10. But it's one of those things where I remember when he came out, and I was like, yo, this dude's good, right? And then, after a few years, I was seeing him on the covers and stuff, the greatest of all time, and I'm like, oh my God. I was like, this formula has got to work around the world. It's got to work. It's like, I bet you, any group, it don't matter, you can mismatch it. Like, send some white folk, a group of white folk to Africa and be on Africa YouTube and start a trend. Somebody African's gonna pick it up and blow up bigger than the white folks. Like, it's, you know what I mean? Like, it's a very interesting conversation to have.
Get shadow banned, or they, like, you know, they start like not sending my videos up to my subscribers, or you know, a couple months from
now, I would like to
to
know if shadow banning is real, though. I would.
We know why. I mean, those shadows behind the scenes, they control it all. They control all of it. If they don't want my channel, they could terminate it right now. They could hide my videos. They could shadow ban me, not send my videos out to anybody. That's why I thought long and hard before I recorded this. But as one of the biggest black creators on the platform, I want you to hear it from my mouth that there is some shady business going on behind the scenes on YouTube.
Gotcha, bro. Let me get in contact with him. I think, let me see if he's, I'll probably DM him on Instagram. Let me see if does he have an Instagram? Yeah, he's got an Instagram. I hit him up on Instagram. I hit you up on Instagram, bro. People, let him know I'm going to get into contact with him. Listen, I don't think it's racism. I think I know exactly what it is because I've been through it. Other people have been through it that I know. Trust me, I think I know what it is. Okay? But there's certain technicalities and details that I can't really go into detail on. You understand? For confidentiality purposes, I cannot do that. So, but I think I can help a brother out. I think I know what to do. Alright? See what we can get done in the next few days. Post comments down below. Let me know what you all thought. If you enjoyed my reaction and thoughts, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. And subscribe to this good brother here. 10 million subscribers. Woo!